A leaked video depicting Israeli soldiers sexually assaulting a Palestinian detainee from Gaza at the Sidi Timan detention camp has surfaced, drawing significant international condemnation. The footage, which has been circulating on social media since 7 August, was first broadcast by Israeli Channel 12. Captured by surveillance cameras, the video shows a group of Israeli reservist soldiers selecting one detainee from a group of over 30 individuals who are blindfolded and lying on the ground. The chosen detainee is then taken to a secluded corner of the facility. The report notes that the soldiers appeared to be aware of the surveillance cameras and attempted to hide their actions using shields. According to the report, the video documents the reservists committing an act of sodomy under these circumstances. The detainee was later found bleeding and was transported to a hospital after several hours. His condition was described as complex, with medical reports indicating that his injuries resulted from the insertion of an object.
חמאס שוכבים על הרצפה כפותים, עיניהם מכוסות. הנה כאן קבוצה של חיילי המילואים מכוח 100, יחידה המשמשת להבטחת המתקן. הם לוקחים את המחבל, הנה הם כאן בפינת המתקן, כנראה מודעים למצלמות האבטחה ומנסים להסתיר מעשיהם במגינים. הצילום כולל תיעוד של העבירה מיוחסת לאנשי המילואים, מעשה סדום בנסיבות אינוס. חמאס שוכבים על הרצפה כפותים, עיניהם מכוסות. הנה כאן קבוצה של חיילי המילואים מכוח 100, יחידה המשמשת להבטחת המתקן. הם לוקחים את המחבל, הנה הם כאן בפינת המתקן, כנראה מודעים למצלמות האבטחה ומנסים להסתיר מעשיהם במגינים. הצילום כולל תיעוד של העבירה מיוחסת לאנשי המילואים.
This footage emerges amid ongoing investigations by human rights groups, media, and Israel's military court into alleged abuses by Israeli authorities against Palestinians in detention facilities. On 29 July, Israeli authorities detained 9 soldiers accused of attacking and raping a Palestinian detainee at the Sidi Timan facility. A doctor who treated the Palestinian detainee reported to Haaretz that the injuries were so severe that he initially could not believe an Israeli could commit such acts and felt compelled to speak out. The arrest of these soldiers has sparked significant protests from far-right groups and politicians who have defended the soldiers, labeling them as heroes rather than criminals. The Israeli military, which oversees some detention facilities where Palestinian prisoners are held, has stated that it operates according to the rule of law and investigates any specific claims of abuse. A recent report by the UN Human Rights Office highlighted severe mistreatment of Palestinian detainees from the Gaza Strip and the West Bank since 7 October, including torture and sexual abuse, with at least 53 detainees reported dead in custody. The U.S. State Department has urged Israel to conduct a thorough investigation into allegations of sexual abuse of Palestinian detainees by its soldiers. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller, addressing the issue on Wednesday, 7 August, emphasized the need for zero tolerance towards those responsible for such abuses. Miller's call for action came in response to a video aired by Israel's Channel 12, which purportedly shows soldiers at the Sidi Timan facility removing a detainee from the view of surveillance cameras to commit abuses. U.S. officials have reviewed the footage, which Miller described as horrific.
Going back to Israel, Israeli media today released a video showing Israeli soldiers raping a Palestinian detainee at Sidi Timan detention camp. The footage was very disturbing. I know you have commented on the reports about this detention center before, but we now have a new evidence, which is video. Have you seen that video, and do you have anything to say on that, and also the reports of rape in Israeli prisons?
So we have seen the video, and reports of sexual abuse of detainees are horrific. They ought to be investigated fully by the government of Israel, by the IDF. Prisoners need to be treated, prisoners' human rights need to be respected in all cases, and when there are alleged violations, the government of Israel needs to take steps to investigate those who are alleged to have committed abuses and, if appropriate, hold them accountable. And it is appropriate that the IDF, in this case, has announced an investigation, has arrested a number of people who are alleged to have been involved. And I won't speak to the outcome of that investigation, but it ought to proceed swiftly. And if they're determined to be in violation of criminal laws or violations of the IDF's code of conduct, then of course they ought to be held accountable.
The White House echoed these concerns, with spokesperson Karine Jean-Pierre describing the reports of rape, torture, and abuse of Palestinian prisoners as deeply concerning. She underscored the importance of upholding the rule of law and ensuring due process. Canada also condemned the reports through a statement on Global Affairs Canada's Twitter account on Friday, 9 August. The statement expressed deep concern over the torture and abuse of Palestinian detainees, including sexual violence, and called for a thorough investigation into the allegations and accountability for the perpetrators. The UN Human Rights Office has condemned as shocking footage that shows Israeli soldiers sexually abusing a Palestinian detainee at the Sedi Timan detention camp, according to a statement given to Anadolu Agency. This is one of many incidents in recent months involving gross violations against Palestinian detainees by Israel, including acts of ill treatment, torture, sexual violence, and rape. UN spokesperson Jeremy Lawrence told Anadolu. He emphasized the need for accountability, stating, Israel must ensure prompt, independent, and effective investigations into all allegations of violations, which we believe are widespread, and ensure that perpetrators are held to account.